Welcome to the Black Wealth Podcast Creator, where we uplift the Black community through financial education. Welcome to the Black Wealth Creator Podcast, where we uplift the financial community through Black education. No. Welcome to the Black Wealth Creator Podcast, where we uplift the Black community through financial education. So, welcome to the podcast. I know we talk about like financial education and uplifting the Black community, and today's episode I really just want to dive into one thing and one thing only. Money, 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 money. Money. No, for real. No, seriously, I really wanted to dive into money. Like, we're talking about black wealth, and that's going to be money. Like, that's going to be whether it's assets, liquid assets. Talked about that on another episode. But anyway, I really want to talk about money. What is money? And like, just what is money? Like, a lot of times we talk about things and we say things, and it's like, man, I gotta get all this money. But it's like, what is money? Like, at its core, like, what is money? Because I feel like that's what I'm trying to do with the podcast. I want to get you to the core of it. Then we're going to build out, and it's going to get bigger and bigger. And then sometimes in the future, when I say, well, this asset, you won't have to be thinking in your mind, what is an asset? Or I can go back and watch the video on assets. Or you say, man, getting this money in this way, or the bank did this with your money. Then you can go back to this video and be like, oh, that's what money that's the breakdown of money. So on this episode, we're going to break down what is money. What is this thing we call money? So money is money has characteristics. Money is a system that we use. Money is a unit of measure that we use. But let's just break down a definition of money. Money is a store of value. Money is a medium of exchange. What you talking about? Okay. Money is a store of value. Money is a medium of exchange. Still not. No, it's like, it's just words right now. Okay. Money is a tool used in society to perform business transactions or just transactions in general. What you talking about? Like, it's not clicking. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, let's just put it this simple. Money allows people to get the items that they want or need. Thank you for breaking that down for us. Thank you. But no, seriously, like, money, the definition of money is a little complicated. It's and I'm just like the bare, like, you know how you put your toe in the water to see what it feels like. Like, this is just the bare minimum of what money is. So the actual definition is kind of complicated. But I feel like the best way to define money and what it is through examples. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back up through the few definitions that I gave you and just give you a couple of examples. That way it can help it break it down, make it a little bit more chewable, okay? So money is a store of value. That means that my $20 that I have in my pocket must be valued as $20 everywhere that $20 is accepted. That means that if I give this person a 20 and the item costs $5, that they would give me $15 back. That is what it means by a store of value. The value must be defined in monetary terms. It must remain the same. Now, what that doesn't mean is that same 20 must allow me to make the same purchase in all places. That's not what that means. And let me break that down for you. It must be $20. It must be valued as $20, true. But that doesn't mean that same 20 should be able to buy me the same thing. Okay, so everybody knows about the Wendy's 4 for $4. Like, $4 can get you what? A burger, a fry, a drink, and a chicken nugget. those 4 for $4, those $4 that you have can buy all of those things at Wendy's. But that same $4 can't buy those same items at like Longhorn. Like you couldn't get a drink, a fry, a burger, and a what was it? Drink, fry, burger, and a chicken nugget. I don't even know if Longhorn sell chicken nugget, but you couldn't get that same thing at Longhorn that you got at Wendy's. So that's what I'm saying. Like that $4 is still gonna be valued as $4, but that $4 at Wendy's get you all that food. At Longhorn, it may get you a side salad. So, you know, like, so the $4, it stores its value of $4. It's going to be $4 everywhere, but it doesn't mean that it has the same purchasing power. That's what we call it, purchasing power. And that's why you get that's why sometimes you may see people in larger cities make more money than people in smaller cities or in smaller towns, is because in that larger city, that $500 payment won't go as far as the $500 payment in a smaller city. So they might pay the person in a smaller city $400 and pay the person in a bigger city $500. That's because the purchasing power of money in those situations is different. So I just want to make that distinction, that money does store its value. Like it's gonna be the same $400 is gonna be $400 all over the world. It may not all over the world, because there are different forms of currency, but everywhere that U.S. dollars are used, it's gonna be able to it's gonna be worth $400. So, but different purchasing power. So the next definition of money is a medium of exchange. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but money means that if I give you $5, then you will give me, if the item costs $5, then you'll give me something in exchange. So I give you $5 for let's say I give you $4, because we're talking about Wendy's 4 for $4. I give you $4. In exchange, you give me the burger, the fry, the drink, and the chicken nugget. I am not sponsored by Wendy's, but if y'all want to sponsor me, you know where to find me. I would gladly take that check. But no, seriously. So money is a medium of exchange. It's just how we exchange goods and services. Because on the flip side, if I go work for you for an hour and my hourly rate is $25 an hour, then that means you will pay me $25 for the hours that I work. So, so money is a medium of exchange. The next definition, money is a tool, and it's kind of like one of my definitions I like. Money is a tool used in society to perform business transactions. So once again, every time a business transaction is made, there's an exchange of some type of money. Like there's an exchange of money. I won't say but there should be an exchange of money. That's what we use. We use money to exchange in business transactions. So, for instance, like I just talked about earlier, as a paycheck, I go work 40 hours, you pay me in money for those 40 hours. On the flip side, I go to the grocery store with $200. I pay the grocery store, that's my business transaction, paying them $200, and they give me in exchange the products that I purchased. Another one, because some people might say, well, that's not true for all situations. Now, I like to add this definition, that it doesn't, not definition, but this clarification, that it doesn't have to be a physical object. It doesn't have to be, I give you money, you give me food, you give me food, I give you money, you give me a TV. No, I give you money, you give me a sporting experience. And so that's why the entertainment industry is just blown up, because I can give you, think about the entertainment industry. You give them money and they give you a sporting experience, whether it be via TV, and that's why you're paying your subscription type services, or whether it be like live within the arena itself. But the reason they're making money is because they are only having to do it one time. Like, it's only one sporting event, but it's millions of people who's paying dollars into it. So they're receiving $5 million based off subscriptions and arena and all this stuff. They're receiving $5 million, but they're only paying their products. We're talking about one game. They're only probably paying their product $2 to $5 million. So they're making a killing from us watching and being a part of that business transaction with them. So that's one thing, that it doesn't have to be a physical in exchange when we talk about business transaction. Secondly, like if we talk about a bank, like you put your money in the bank and the bank may pay you interest. That's also money, like a monetary transaction, and that's money being added. So in this exchange of goods, we're talking about my money going into your bank, you paying me interest. And so that whole thing is a different lesson, because to me that's how banks make their money, because you put your money in them and they utilize your money. They don't really normally keep your, if you got $10,000 in the bank, they're not gonna have that whole 10,000 just chilling in there. They got it. They got that moving around. So, but regardless, in that business transaction, it's an exchange that between me and you, or between that person and the business. And then so the last point is charity. Like, what about when I give someone something? So if we're talking about a charitable organization, then that organization is doing community service, and so therefore you pay them money in exchange for the service that they do for the community, whether it's helping homeless people or like shout out to United Way, shout out to Red Cross, Salvation Army, all those places, because they're doing community service, and that's why we donate and give our money to them. So that's still money in exchange for those transactions. And then also, if you just give someone money, like I said, it doesn't have to be a physical return. Sometimes you give someone money in hopes that they may like know that you care about them, or know that you, so that's the exchange. It's just an emotional, it makes you feel better just to help someone get ahead in life. So that's just a couple of definitions of money. So you may ask yourself, so how did they get around before money? Because money hasn't always been around. Now the idea of exchange of goods, exchange of services, if you take that as your monetary, if you take that as your definition of money, that we just exchange of goods, then yes, that had been around forever. But the actual system of money that we utilize today, it hasn't been around forever. So prior to that, what was being used was something called bartering. And so in a bartering system, which is just trade, I give you a product, you give me back a product. And so you say, well, that's cool. Like what you talking about? It can get complicated because there's no medium in between to value the product, like to give an overall value of the product. So this one person may say, I want 2 chickens, and the other person say, I want 3 chickens. So, and then he could change it every time y'all make a trade. He could change, so I want to give a quick example of bartering, just so you can know what bartering is. So in a bartering system, let's take 3 individual contributors of the system. So there's a chicken farmer, a rice farmer, and a seamstress. A lot of people forget that skilled labor is an important part of our economy, which is another lesson for another day. So there's a chicken farmer, a rice farmer, and a seamstress. So the rice farmer needs a new shirt from the seamstress, right? But the seamstress doesn't need any rice. She needs chicken. And in this example, the chicken farmer doesn't need a shirt. He needs rice. So in the bartering system, the rice farmer has to trade with the chicken farmer, who then gets the chicken from the rice farmer gets the chicken from the chicken farmer, and then he's able to trade for his new shirt. You see the levels of transactions. That's one transaction between the rice farmer and the chicken farmer, and then there's another transaction between the rice farmer and the seamstress. So we got that. On the flip side, let's say the chicken farmer doesn't need rice or a shirt. He wants guacamole. he wants guacamole. So then the rice farmer would have to find someone who does avocado farming in order to trade with him to get avocados, in order to trade with the chicken farmer to get chickens, and then he's able to trade with the seamstress. As you can see, it can get to so many different levels of transaction between business people, and it can get complicated and convoluted. But I think that system might have built a stronger community, because now I'm having to interact with all these different people around me. So that's like one of the flip sides of monetary system made this better, but it also disconnected a lot of community ties. But nevertheless, let's go back to our example. We have the rice farmer who traded with the avocado farmer, who got avocados, then traded with the chicken farmer, got chicken, and then he traded with the seamstress, and he got a shirt. But in the monetary system, which is built on trust now, because up until the 1970s, which is built on trust now, because in the 1970s they kind of eliminated the backing of gold with our financial system. So it's just all built on trust nowadays. So in the monetary system, we sell our rice to get money, and we take that money to pay the seamstress. And now the seamstress takes her money to the grocery store and get the chicken, where the chicken farmer sold his chickens to the market and got money and went to the grocery store and bought avocados. And of course the avocado farmer put his avocados in the market in order for the chicken farmer to get it. So now everything resides in this thing called the market. And we won't get into the market this lesson, but when everything is in the market, that's our monetary system, the market. And so now the chicken farmer, whatever he may need, he can sell to the market, get money, and then he's able to pay. And the reason I say everything's built on trust now is because it's not backed by any type of commodity, which is just like gold, silver, anything like that. It's not backed by any commodity. And because it's not backed by a commodity, it is it's just paper. And they limit what, like, of course it's specially designed, specially made, but it's still just paper at the end of the day. And because we utilize it in business, that's the reason it has importance. So that's just a quick lesson on money. Not so quick, one of my longer lessons, I know, but I just want to tell you what money was. And just to recap, money is a store of value. Money is a medium of exchange. Money is utilized in the exchange. It's the tools we use to exchange in business transaction. And then lastly, it helps individuals get what they want and need. And so we are extremely grateful for you listening on today. And we just want you to say have a great day.